a lot of people who have invested in property in the past, if they compare investing in property to now investing in property, they'd say that there's a big difference. Like the returns that we would get back in the day, with the property prices that we had back in the day, is very different to now. So, why is it that property investing doesn't seem to be working as well as it did before?
All right, so that's an interesting question, and to start with, I think one of the things to think about is, what does Serena Williams, what does Tiger Woods, what does Michael Jordan, what does the late Kobe Bryant, what does LeBron James, what do all of those people have in common?
Do you want to answer?
Well, you can think about it, guys. What do they all have in common? Okay, Serena Williams. You can even add in her sister, Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Tiger Woods. What do they all have in common?
Well, they're all brilliant. They're all amazing. They're all professionals.
All peak performers. All top of the game. All exceptional athletes.
Yeah,
yes. But one thing they all have in common is that every single one of them has a coach. Okay. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because one of the things I say all the time is coaching is the fastest path to success. Yeah. But the implicit key inside of there is the fact that all professionals produce superior results than amateurs. Okay, so when you're asking the question, why is it that property returns seem, more difficult to come by now than they did before? Well, the reason is because over time, in any industry, in any sport, in any economy, what happens is that amateurs get wiped out. That's just simply how it works. And professionals, people who have a coach, that's one of the key indicators of being a professional. Professionals always keep themselves at the highest level of the game. Why? Because they don't rely on their own abilities in the game.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. In 2021, Tyson Fury has a fight with this guy named Deontay Wilder. Now, I don't know anything really about boxing, okay? So don't ask me any boxing questions in the comments below. But Tyson Fury wins this fight in the 11th round.
Yeah.
And in the 11th round, and each round is like 3 minutes long, okay? In the 11th round, he knocks out Deontay Wilder. And the fight ends, he ends up with a microphone and he says, "I want to thank Sugar Hill." Now, I heard that and I was surprised. I was like, who's this Sugar Hill? Like, who's this Sugar Hill guy that you want to thank so quickly? So as I started doing my research and I found out exactly who Sugar Hill was. I came up with the article that literally broke it all down. And what it said was Sugar Hill was Tyson Fury's coach. And he said that at the start of the 11th round, not the start of the first, start of that 11th round, start of that 3 minutes,
wow.
Sugar Hill said to Tyson 3 things. Tyson went into that round in those 3 minutes, did those 3 things, and in that round, he knocked out Deontay Wilder. Okay, so the first thing I was like is, what were those 3 things? Okay, now the 3 things weren't spectacular, they weren't amazing, but they were strategic. And the 3 things were: now's the time, he gave him the timing; give him the jab, he gave him the tool to use; knock him out, he gave him the turnout. Okay, now's the time, give him the jab, knock him out; gave him the timing, gave him the tool, and gave him the turnout. Now, Tyson Fury went into the ring and executed all 3. Started to give Deontay Wilder the jab, knocked him out in that round. Now, the reason why I think that's interesting is because sometimes I think to myself, let's say Tyson Fury won 100 million that night. And let's say 2 days later, Sugar Hill calls him up and says, "Hi Tyson, hope you're healing up well. Wanted to call you to let you know that to have me in your corner in the next fight, it's gonna cost you $1 million. It's gonna cost you $1 million, right?" So Tyson Fury won, hypothetically, 100 million at the night of the fight. Now he's being called on by the coach and being told it's going to cost him $1 million to have him in his corner in the next fight. So let's say Tyson ends that call and he says, "Okay, thanks Sugar Hill, I'm just going to phone a friend and I'll call you right back." And let's say he phones you. Let's say he phones me, right? Let's say he phones you, right? So Tyson's calling us now, asking us whether we think he should put down 1 million after just winning 100 million from literally following the 3 steps in the 3 minutes and getting the victory. What would you tell Tyson to do? Literally let me know in the comments, what would you tell Tyson to do? What would you tell Tyson to do?
Well, after the great and late Jim Rohn, I'd be saying, of course, do that.
Beautiful. I'd be saying, pay the man, it's a deal, make it happen, get him in your corner.
Let's go.
Now, here's reality. Sugar Hill didn't call Tyson 2 days after the fight.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill would have had to call Tyson way before the fight. The reason why is because we all understand in real life we have to pay the price before we ever win the prize. So whether Sugar Hill decides to work with Tyson in the future, whether Tyson decides to work with Sugar Hill in the future, in order for Sugar Hill to have been able to be there and given those free insights, those free keys to Tyson at that fight, at the 11th round, Tyson would have already paid the price.
100%.
Whether it's the price of the coaching fee, whether it's the price of the training, whether it's the price of the dietary requirements, it doesn't, the price is always paid before the prize is ever made. And I think this is something that most people don't realize. And this is exactly the reason why some people would say years ago it was so easy to make returns. Today, why is it not as easy to make returns? Well, it's quite simple, because maybe years ago you were an amateur and you've never taken the time to become a professional.
That is powerful. You have to pay the price before you get the prize. That is powerful.
But that's life, and that's how life works.
That is life, and that is how life works.
So guys, if you got value from this video, let us know, hit the like, you know what to do, and just leave a comment below and let us understand what you thought was the most valuable part of this video as we continue to make these value-based videos for you guys.
I'm Robbie.
I'm Samuel.
Take care.